Hi everyone, Lukas here. Today we're looking at the original Surface Pro, the first Pro tablet that kicked off the Surface line that we have today. This 7-year-old tablet originally released with Windows 8, and in my opinion, Windows 8 rocked. However, most people do not agree with that statement, so we won't dwell on that. But what we can talk about is the Surface Pro's hardware. It is an extremely solid device. It's a little thick for today's standards, and well, it was a little thick back then too, but it still works great, and it rocks those nice thick bezels. The Microsoft branded Vapor Mag metal that houses the Surface is still rigid all these years later. Extraordinarily little to no chassis flex. It is an extremely well made device. It rocks a fantastic 10.1 inch 1080p screen. It looks nice, the bezels make for easy resting of your thumbs without accidentally touching the screen. It has a 16:9 aspect ratio, which can be a little constraining feeling for those who are used to modern MacBooks and Ultrabooks that are 16:10 or 3:2 in aspect ratio. The front and back cameras are alright. They're good enough for a quick Skype call, but that is it. Continuing around the device, it has a microSD card slot, the Surface connector, and a mini display port. Underneath the Surface, it has the Surface cover accessories port. Then, on the left side, it has a single USB port and a headphone jack to listen to your awesome tunes. And we cannot forget the back of the device, rocking that sweet single position kickstand. As solid as the kickstand is, the single position is very limiting compared to what we have in today's Surfaces. Inside, this Surface rocks an Intel i5 with 4 RAMs, Intel HD 4000 graphics, and a 128GB SSD. That is not terrible, but not great either. It is enough to get most things done though these days. Oh my goodness, we cannot forget about the included pen. Look at this guy. The original Surface came with a pen when you bought it, and you did not need to get it separately. It used Wacom technology that Microsoft later switched to use N-Trig technology on the Surface Pro 3 and onwards. Now of course with the Surface we must talk about the type cover. They've really stepped it up with the newer Surface type covers and the addition of adding the ability to angle the keyboard with magnets. This one is thick, hollow feeling, and kind of cramped to type on. There is also another cover that did not get much love, the touch covers. And it did not get much love for a good reason too. It is a keyboard that does not have keys. I think it looks cool, but the type cover is definitely better than the touch cover. The materials of the touch cover also get dirty easily, kind of gross. It's time we talked about how the device holds up in today's world with Windows 10. In short, it still works well. Windows 10 runs fine, the pen still works for drawing, and consuming content is great. That said, there are some issues. The Surface almost always runs warm to touch even when it's just sitting there doing nothing. The fans are almost always on, battery life is dwindling, though any device that's battery is 7 years old is sure to be showing its age by now. The Intel HD 4000 graphics are no longer updated by Intel, so some compatibility issues may arise. Like if you're going to try and use the latest Blender 2.8 on this device for some reason, you may find that not all the features in Blender work due to graphics drivers issues that will not be updated. But you would probably be disappointed by any 3D performance from the Surface anyways, so it's not the end-all be-all issue. If you use your computer for browsing the web, watching streaming services, light office usage, super light gaming, and some doodling, then it is very possible that this ancient Surface might actually work well for you. It is a full-blown PC that will continue to get Windows 10 updates, so if always-on fans don't bother you, and you can find one that still works with good enough battery life at a good price, then yeah, it will get the job done. It's not the best option for you probably, but it definitely is an option if a Surface is something you desire. So, the original Surface Pro. A fun little device that still packs a good enough punch today. Do you remember the Surface? Comment below and let us know if you do or not. Or just tell us anything you feel like actually. It doesn't really matter. And with that, we'll see you next time. Have an excellent day.